Good morning, stakeholders. It's Waterman. Good morning, stakeholders. It's Waterman. But you can see the replacement train buses, people taking the opportunity to get off the train at Blackburn and transition onto the replacement train buses going express to Camberwell from Blackburn. Well, I'm looking forward this morning, I suppose. You know, we're a month today. Today's the 5th or the 6th of March. It should be the 6th. Oh boy, how time flies. So it's look, I know I've been banging on for a good 5 minutes. Look, put yourself in the shoes of those commuters down there lining up at the replacement train bus services. And 5 minutes with Waterman doesn't really compare to a good half hour on a replacement train bus from Blackburn to Camberwell as your morning commute. Not a lot of fun. But, yeah. Oh boy, so a month. Old Waterman, geez, I got my hands full. A month ago, got the call to come down to STM Asia Pacific Construction. They were one man down, and they decided that they could afford to take me off the Metro Tunnel project. It's Waterman. Welcome to Project Melbourne Metro Underground Rail, the site of the new Parkville station. If you come with me, we'll start right away. It's Waterman here. I'm a transport infrastructure consultant, and it's my job to act as a liaison with STM Asia Pacific and the state government. It's Waterman here. I'm a transport infrastructure consultant, and it's my job to act as a liaison between STM Asia Pacific and the state government, and the Transport Minister in particular, to advise on the project timelines that have been awarded to this firm under the contract and ensure that they're being met. It's my pleasure to welcome you here today. If you're a visitor or an investor from interstate or overseas, we'll be taking a short tour of the site, the new Parkville underground station as part of the Victorian Government's Metro Tunnel project. So if you come with me, we'll start right now. I've got to admit, I'm still not happy, but look, you know, when family calls, you answer, and STM is like a family, and yeah. And it feels like not a lot's happened in that month, but I'll tell you what, I've been flat to the boards with you know, the Safety Risk Audit Committee. STM Asia Pacific can confirm that there was a significant safety breach at its live work site, the Surrey Hills Mont level crossing removal project. STM Asia Pacific can confirm that there was during the week. It involved a heavy piece of infrastructure. The permit was not approved. There's a significant breach of safety at a live work site during the week at the Surrey Hills Mont level crossing removal project. We had to sit on the road outside the local traders. The incident revolved around the failure of the approval of a work permit. And yes, we're not looking for scapegoats at this time. No, we're not looking for scapegoats. Yes, I can confirm it revolved around, if you just let me finish, and we will be looking into this. No, we're not looking for scapegoats at this stage. We admit that yes, it did cause a lot of interruption and distress to the local residents as it was applied for to move heavy infrastructure. Well, and we're terribly embarrassed about this. And onto site, yes, it was the new station modules, and we sincerely apologise. We're terribly embarrassed about this. Yes, we're all in shock. Incident, we're all in shock, and we are conducting a safety risk assessment audit audit, and we're deeply distressed about the interruption which I will be leading, inconvenience and the distress it caused to the local residents that I've been brought in from the Metro Tunnel projects and the local traders. Look, we'll be undertaking a work safety assessment of the site. I really can't say any more at this. I'll be leading that stage. If that review, you want any further information, been pulled in from the Metro Tunnel project. Yes, Abby, and is our communication. If you really want to consult that, you do need to talk. Look, I really can't say any more, and I really can't say any more. No, you really should talk to. Look, I really can't say any more. Really can't say any more. No, I really can't say any more at this stage. Look, I really can't say any more. Look, I really can't say any more, and I really can't say any more. No, look, I really can't say any more. Look, I really have to wrap it up there. Thank you for your time. If you want further information, and there's nothing, no, there's no more statements at this time. No, thank Abby, our communications executive, our communications consultant, no, thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Thanks. No, thank you. Thanks. I really can't say anymore. No, thank you. Thanks. No, thank you. Thanks. We should talk to Abby. We're still investigating why that work permit wasn't executed properly. The prefab station structure, two long loaders resting on the back of that long loader. Outside the local traders, and that kicked things off. It couldn't have got off to a worse start, to be honest. And I've been playing catch up, chasing my tail for the last 4 weeks. I did a board presentation last week, the business case for extra resources, but also giving back a lot of feedback to Wes and the board. About the impact of these works far outweigh the estimations of the LXRA and the anecdotes that old Waterman's been picking up just in passing conversation with the local residents, the local traders. And look, I'm not exaggerating when I say I'm not exaggerating. They're doing it tough. Some of the residents, with the dust and the noise, the air brakes of the B doubles every night outside their houses. The diggers going 10 to the dozen every night. The digger crews, the piling crews, tow trucks running around the circuit of the worksite boundary. And, the ambience of Surrey Hills and Mont, the peaceful, enjoyable ambience of that area, absolutely destroyed. Doesn't exist, but only for the 3 months till the end of late May 2023. So yeah, and at the same time, the double blow for STM Asia Pacific as a family. GM's diagnosis with something called temporal aphasia, or if you want to put it more simply, the big fella's been diagnosed with early stages dementia, which is just, I still can't get my head around. So I've been in touch with the big fella. I've been to see him. He's moved into a hospice there, and if there's a cloud to a silver lining, the great news is that Abby's on her way back from South America. Abby's been away overseas, stuck outside the country over the last 2 to 4 years for reasons. We all know what the reasons are about international borders. We're not going to rehash them here. There's no need to. We all know why that happened. But yeah, little Abby the Jillaroo, who left high school early to, she was a bit of a, well, she wasn't a wild child, she's just a very, very intelligent young woman with a wild spirit. Went around Australia working on different large properties in the outback there. Trained as a Jillaroo, would you believe? and found her way back to Melbourne. Joined her dad's business again, which is when we were working together in 2016, and she took on the communications role and did extremely well. Thank you very much. Had a bit of a strained relationship with Darcy, a very odd character, the chief financial officer at the time for STM Asia Pacific Construction. He wasn't all there, Darcy. Liked to dabble in a bit of the he liked to dabble in weekend recreational chemical pastimes, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Very, very surprised, but you know, a clever, young, attractive girl. It's happened before, it'll happen again. Young, attractive girls, sometimes they just see something in these types of guys that no one else does, and she learnt her lesson. I would love to catch up with Spud. My understanding is he found his way back to Perth. Now, I don't know what they're doing in Perth in terms of public transport infrastructure, but the population of Perth doesn't strike me as being a obvious target for someone of his skills. He was an apprentice when he was here, just finished his apprenticeship. We went through the Blackburn project together this morning. Yeah. Anyway, this morning I'm hoping to catch up with Anton, my new local community liaison officer. He's going to help me out, give me a chop out with all the locals and the traders, and hopefully I can catch up with Lewis and Gallagher. Lewis is still, I wouldn't have expected him to change much with his cynical observations about life. Yeah, so it's about 8:15, Monday, the 6th of March, 2023, and plenty of students on their way past old Waterman to Blackburn High School. It is a good exercise for these young commuters, and Blackburn High School not very far away, about 500 metres away by foot, maybe 700. Reasonably close as the crow flies. And hello to you, good lady, in your combat fitness wear, active wear, combat gear. And so we've been going on nearly 15 minutes, so we'll wrap it up there. But I'm just hoping that I can touch base with the new site construction manager today as well. And I'm going to leave Wes to his own devices. I've been hammering at his door for resources. Look, I can't do much more than do that presentation to the board. Now that we're heading into our 3rd week since the shutdown, and hoping to catch more of the works that we're doing. I'm doing a great job. Hopefully things will settle down for me personally and professionally. and
running express from Camberwell to Glen Ferry to Richmond, then stopping.
And we find ourselves again on the corner of Station Street and Railway Road in Blackburn, outside Enrich's. And again, for the second time this month, watching the comings and the goings of the replacement train buses, the express from Blackburn to Camberwell. As you can see, the train's running at Blackburn, no problem. You want a train from Blackburn to Ringwood, no problem. You want a train from Blackburn to the city, well, you've got the rail network shut down between Box Hill and Camberwell to deal with. If you're one of the commuters on your way to the office computer in office cubicle heaven, you've got a problem. You've got to deal with what everyone else has to deal with this morning. Now, look, I know I'm banging a dead drum here, but I can't do my job properly if I don't have the right crew, the right team, camera crew, sound crew. I can't present to camera. I don't know enough about cameras to get on camera and give this presentation. And then I rocked up to Enrich's this morning, a very familiar sight to anyone that's been following Project Waterman since our 2016 series of presentations with the Blackburn level crossing removal project. Well, Enrich's was a very great spot to be presenting, and we often also they gave us a bit of a chop out when it came to lunch and recharging the batteries and things. But I can tell you, I rocked up this morning and they got all the they've still got their Victoria Cafe umbrellas set up, and that was blocking out the view. Well, I was having none of that, so we're just finding ourselves sitting peacefully on the corner of Station Street. And you can see that the commuters who have decided that four wheels is better than steel wheels. And you can see that anything goes at this particular intersection. And hello to you. And the school uniforms that you'll see from a distance, a respectful and appropriate distance, is the uniforms of the cheerful kids at Blackburn High School. Hello to you. And these girls and boys going to one of Melbourne's most reputable and respectable schools in the eastern suburbs for music education. But yeah.
Running express from Camberwell to Glen Ferry to Richmond, then stopping.
We'll just meet the new site construction manager, the new secretary, and a couple of more of the other SDM people. That'd be ideal. But anyway, so we'll leave it there. And again, my name's Waterman. I'm a public transport infrastructure consultant, and it's my job to act as a liaison between STM Asia Pacific and the state government and the Transport Minister in particular, to advise on the timelines under the terms of the contract that's been awarded to this firm, that the project timelines are being met. So if you're a visitor, an investor from interstate or overseas, it's my pleasure to welcome you here today. We'll be taking short tours of the site today and throughout the rest of the shutdown. So if you come with me, we're starting again right now. And it's back to business. Back to business.